Good morning. Another day, another journey. There are so many subjects that we can speak about, but we've got to begin to start getting some sense of progression. Our subject today is going to be apprenticing. What does apprenticing mean? Now, if we take a look at what the ancestors had done, it was simply to find someone that was in the ready to be able to learn the teachings of a certain speciality within the tribe. And the responsibility of the apprentice was simply to be in the presence of that teacher, of that guide, and learn from that individual. Now, in these days now, the style of what used to be the course for apprenticing isn't the same anymore. We've touched upon this briefly before in past discussions. There is an evolution. Things are evolving so rapidly. Changes. Now, we have not lost this apprenticing ability, but it's not the same as it was before. Now, I am hesitating a little bit because I'm not sure just exactly how you would best understand it. But first off, let's just focus on the philosophy that in apprenticing, you are learning, you have chosen, somehow you have made a conscious choice that within your journey you're wishing to learn the abilities of whom that you are being taught from. Now, in the ancestral times, there were special knowings, the dream visions, the choosings that said that this is a special being. Now, as we've said, things have evolved, things have changed. Now, what we want to be able to focus on now is that style of apprenticing in these times. The times have changed dramatically. And of course, our courses of life and how we are being taught has changed also. But the base information is still there. And that's where we're going to begin from. The information has to be basically the same because it creates that foundation from which we build upon. Now, so many of the people that I've come into contact with have been obsessed with the fact that I must have a mentor. I must have one individual in this whole sea, this world of masters, that one will teach me all the giftings. Now, it doesn't work that way anymore. Now, we've got so many masters that are specializing in so many fields that you, as a chosen one, not by the masters, but by that is the great creator. How does that come about? What is the choosing? The choosing comes from the simplicity of a dream vision. A dream. You saw something, you felt something. That gives you the permission to be able to step further into a direction, a subject. Something that will give you the interest. Now, that interest may be there in the beginning, but as we begin to learn and unfold, it becomes very, very difficult. At some points, we discourage, we frustrate, and we give it up. Now, that's where it is important for you to realize you have got that ability. You've got that choice to be able to follow through. Now, let's end that for just a moment. Let's put that to the side. Now, what I want for you to understand, you don't have to have a formal mentor-apprentice relationship. You are an apprentice of life. Therefore, all your mentors are all around you. Anyone that you choose. The beauty of this time is that you've got so much to choose from. I want to be an artist. I want to be a writer. I want to be a dancer. All of that is there for you. Now, you have got to commit. It is discipline. You may learn a little bit, but you've got to be able to make that conscious choice that I will do so. Because you are making a change within your journey. That is why I want to introduce the concept that now the mentoring comes from your ability to be that witness, that observer. What do you want to do? Of whom do you want that to be taught to you? Now, this goes beyond the formal teaching classroom situation. It goes into more the ethereal, the spiritual. It is said, if you want to learn, be in the presence of, be in the witness of. So if you have something or someone that you desire to be able to have and learn from, be in their presence, be in their aura, because it is said every single one of us has the ability to have the aura radiate from our being. So it touches everyone. But as you observe the whole picture of what they're doing, how are they doing it? And as they're doing it, how does that relate to the whole composition of that moment? It's a concept difficult because you really have to absorb and you have to really be ready. It's not when you are ready. It is when that moment of that teaching, that thought, is being passed on by the master. And you will watch them. And they don't necessarily have to be one-on-one with you. You may see them in the form of a video. You may see them in the form of a discussion that may be near you. You hear this. Listen. Feel that. Let yourself be open to that reception. But walk amongst those. Walk in the proximity of those. Listen and feel of those that you want to be able to learn from. And you must look at not just the subject that they speak of, how that life is being utilized in their journey. Is it that what they profess to be, what they are teaching as the answers to world's questions or spirit questions, are they in the actual living of it? Are they integrating it? Are they implementing it in their own respective journeys? Now that's what's key. Words are secondary, and we've said this again and again. It's easy to say words, but if those words can be matched with a lifestyle and the presence, we must be that example of what we teach and what we speak about. One of the keys is to grasp on the concept of the chameleon totem. The chameleon totem is that can blend in with anything, anyone, their essence, their aura. Feeling that, have the ability. Now, within the chameleon totem, it is said, don't look the same all the time. The presence, the physical silhouette has to constantly be changing. So much so that people have to take a second look at you to say, is that you? And that's the teachings that have come in you, that is coming out through the the essence of presence of a picture. And it should help inspire those that come into your exchange. They'll go, wow, that is cool. Wow, that is beautiful. And know that where we are, we should have the ability to work in and know, listen. Don't let the mouth open first. Listen, observe, witness, absorb. Once you do so, then you've got that ability to bring in comment, bring in a contribution into that situation that allows for the empowerment, the growing, the inspiration. You've got the world around you and the teachers all there to learn from. We're going beyond the whole concept of classroom teaching. We're going into this time of the ceremonial ways. I see this, I wish to be like. So I watch, I witness, I absorb. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a two-legged form. It can be a winged one, a four-legged. It could be the rock people, the tree people. Whatever it is that calls upon something within you that says, I want to be able to have that ability within me as I walk in these times. It's a beautiful concept, and a concept that can be very successful for you, but you must be in conscious receptivity. But foremost, those concepts cannot come into you and cannot assist you in your growth unless you first allow for that teaching to come in. If you maintain on so much of your routines, your philosophies, your what you feel is right and wrong, you have already set up an obstacle, a wall. Those teachings can't come through. You're so caught up on that old teaching that stays within. So you've got to be able to allow yourself the permission to not let that become a detriment, but just be an open palette to be able to see and observe. People see you well before they ever hear you. So what they see, it should be something that gives them a second look. With that second look, they're going to come closer to hear what it is that you have to say. So it's everything. Again, it's the total package. Work on that. It's a good thought for this day. Let that be recognized, understand it, process that, and allow for that to be a continuous part of your journey for the remainder of your earthly walk. Again, I honor you. It is a good day. And in my language, as we've always said, Hanikyo, it is good. Blessings.